What's up? This is Henderson Maddox. If you see me on the street, you can call me Mr. 23. You can call me Mr. Signal. Just know that you're talking to a king. And I'm here, and this is the outpour of my story. As everyone knows, I am the owner, CEO, founder, creator of Signal 23 Television. Signal 23 TV started with me having a desire to build an audience. At first, I didn't know who my audience was going to be, but I wanted to build an audience in order to get my work out there, to be able to, have a force to live my dreams. I looked at Tyler Perry for a lot what he does, and when he did the plays in the beginning, and he put the plays in all the drugstores and sold the DVDs, it enabled him to build an audience so that he had control over his career. And as somebody who is a creative as myself, I wanted to have the same. Signal 23 TV was basically my child and forced to invest my time and energy into something that I can get out to my audience. We started off as a YouTube channel. We had a ton of scripted shows, about 20 shows total, but only one of them was gay. And I remember we dropped the trailer for that show in December of 2011. The show was called Still River, and it kind of blew up and kind of went from there. And then over the years, we just gained more and more and more of this huge LGBT fan base to where the LGBT community became our target audience. And we, did a lot of YouTube, to build our audience up, build our fans up, and we got to the point to where we had to figure out how to monetize off of it because we wanted to be able to take production to the next level, to give better quality things, work with better quality talent, all that. And so we switched over to the world of streaming. I was, basically researching where things were in society, and that this is before streaming got big, that I knew that the streaming platforms were going to be the next big thing. So we kind of jumped on that, and presently today we have a Roku channel, Fire Stick, Apple TV, we have an iOS and an Android app. So anywhere basically you can stream, you can watch us and watch our content. I think the moment that I realized Signal 23 TV was going to be big was, I would say back in the beginning when we did Still River, and there were blogs that were writing about me and blogs that were writing about the show. And I'm like, okay, I'm not interested. I'm not an interesting person, but they were so interested in what we were doing. And that's kind of when I knew that this was going to be big and it was worth the time and worth the investment. And I kind of put all my energy into the platform and to pushing it forward. When I first started Signal 23, I had no idea that things would get to the point to where they are and things will be this big. I started a YouTube channel. I wanted to build a fan base, and I just wanted to build a fan base so that I can advertise my bigger projects and bigger movies. It was never a situation to where, oh, I'm doing this for money, I'm doing this for that. It was just basically, I'm gonna create this content, I'm gonna put it out there, see who likes it, build an audience so that I can have that leverage to use with Hollywood to be able to get some Hollywood deals or some situations to further my career. I never knew that Signal 23 would be my business that, gave me a lifestyle, fueled my dreams, and hired so many people in our community and gave too many people opportunities. It means a lot to be able to offer opportunities to people, especially in the LGBT community, because coming up as a creative, it's very hard to, if you're what they consider above the line crew members, it's very hard to break into the industry. So being able to build something to where if somebody wants to be a writer, somebody wants to be a director, somebody wants to be a producer, to be able to give them an opportunity to do that, to build up their resume, to build up their portfolio is amazing, because that was an opportunity of something that I did not have. A lot of people that are in the time of when, before Signal started, you had to do your own thing. You had to start your own thing. There was no companies that you can really go to that was going to say, hey, we'll give you an opportunity to be a director, or hey, we'll train you. Like, I actually have training classes where I've trained people how to direct and how to write and all that other stuff. And it means a lot to be able to provide that opportunity, because I was a teacher for 8 years. So I taught high school for 8 years. And so the teacher is still in me. That never leaves. That's always been in me. So I love the fact that I can incorporate that in my day-to-day of my business by giving opportunities to other up-and-coming creatives. I think the hardest part of my job or Signal 23 is the fact that you work with so many moving pieces, and all these moving pieces are integral into making a success. And when you work for integral pieces, i.e. people, things happen. So just dealing with different people's personalities, people's different desires, jealousy, envy, like all that gets pulled into a place. When you sit down and you write a script, you're writing a script and you're creating these characters and you're thinking about how beautiful this thing could possibly be. But I think that you never think about everything that could possibly go wrong within a production, or everything that all the problems that you have to solve. But I think that I was blessed to have enough experience in the industry to be able to understand how to navigate problems. My top 3 hustling tips, I guess the most important thing, and I'll start with the most important first, is a quote that my mom always told me, and I live by it. If I am to be what I want to be, it's up to me. That's number 1, because you are in control of your destiny, you are in control of your future, and you cannot put that into anybody else's hands, because nobody else is going to care more about you and your story more than you will. That's the first thing. The second thing is do it. Just do it. If you don't have all the right equipment, or you don't have all the right resources, use the resources and the things that you can get your hands on and do it. If you want to be a filmmaker, there's nothing wrong with using your iPhone. Start somewhere, because that's the way you're going to learn, and that's the way you're going to get where you want to be. And I think the third one is learn how to solve problems. I have a philosophy to where I say things, you have things that are black, you have things that are white, and you have the gray area, all right? A lot of times people get emotional and they want to cry, they want to get angry, they want to yell, they want to do all that stuff. All that's in the gray. When you have a problem, you're in the black, and the goal is just to get to the white. So list out your solutions, plan, execute, and move on. But all that time that you spend in the gray and your emotions, it solves nothing, and it's just wasting time. And that's to survive in a lot of industries, definitely the entertainment industry, you have to have a mentality that's similar to that. So if you have a problem, you figure out what the solution is, and you get there as quickly as possible. With Signal 23, we always have tons and tons of things going on. Of course, scripted content and movies will continue to come. We launched a women's brand called Signal Her, so we'll be pushing that. But the biggest thing that is coming is we're going international. Corona kind of slowed us down. We had plans to do that this summer, but things kind of slowed down. But we are launching Signal Espanol, which will be a Spanish branded channel. We are doing Signal Portuguese, which will be based out in Brazil. And then eventually we're going to do Signal Asia, which will have some pretty much Asian content, from Thailand to Japanese to Chinese, a mix of those languages in those areas. So we're going international and expanding our brand. We have fans all across the world, and so we kind of just want to start to cater to them a little bit more. So those are the markets that we're going to hit first, and then, we'll move on after that. If I was to go back to talk to the younger Henderson, I would tell him to stay focused. Stay focused and don't let things distract you. Because anything that you can think of, you can have. But it's all about staying focused, staying driven, and keeping the hustle on. So you thought you knew me, but you have no idea. I'm Henderson, and this is my story, and I'm sticking to it.